All right, ladies, we are live. Peace and power. Welcome to Tea Talk with the Sisters. We meet every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And I always say 2 p.m., but sometimes we get a little carried away with the dialogue and we go over. But typically, we try to stay within the 1 hour mark. So we meet every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. to discuss issues that are on the hearts and minds of the sisterhood. My name is Dr. Oya Ma'at. I am the co-founder and president of Ed Anime Productions. We are a Black-owned and operated company who creates educational materials for children in the areas of history, science, and mathematics. And right now we're working on a historical animated series called Meltrek. And this is a series that is dedicated to teaching children African history from an African perspective. So could all the sisters on the panel please introduce themselves and who they are and what they are involved in, what you're involved in?
Well, I guess I'll go first. Peace and love, everybody. This is your sister, Raziki Zafira, and I am a part of Nature's Crown International. We are a international company that specializes in organic and natural products and services, and also eco-friendly technology. So we definitely look forward to serving you in the near future. And, well, no, I'm not going to mix that together. Go ahead. That's it.
Oh, sis, sis, come on, man.
I am also.
Even the last time Waukesha came on, she shouted it out. She shouted out that entity. She shouted it out.
Absolutely. I said it though. Nature's Crown International. I was talking about my other stuff with that today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sister Monica.
Well, peace and love, family. This is Alima Njai, aka Alima Lapointe, author of Perceptions of a Misplaced African, Volume 1, available now on Amazon and also on Kindle. Also have some other things in the works soon. I will be letting you guys know about that. Peace, love, and enjoy the show.
Peace, peace, peace.
I guess I'll go next. I think Mo is definitely at a funeral, so I guess she'll buzz in here and there. Hello, everybody. My name is Cheryl Stevenson. My company name is Stevenson Workshop and Seminar Solutions. I can also be found on stevensonbusinesssolutions.com if you want to know a little bit more about my company. I practice in government contracting, so I teach it. I also have contracts as well. So if you need to get a business up and moving, give me a call because I help you get it up from your incorporation all the way through to whatever type business that you're wanting to do. But we also do grants as well. So here, willing to help, answer any questions.
And I just wanted to add, this is a powerful panel of sisters. I think that I just want to express that to the viewers. This is a very, very powerful panel of sisters. These are sisters who are out here in the communities teaching and producing goods and services for our people. So I just want to personally thank each and every one of you for being a part of the show and utilizing your 2 hours every Wednesday to come on this show to just speak about issues and to answer questions, because you guys could be doing anything else with your 2 hours. I know that Sister Raziki is in the process of developing business plans for her endeavors. You have Sister Cheryl, who's doing workshops and radio, interviews. Same with Monica. She's organizing conferences. Then you have Sister Alima, who's organizing different things, and she's working on various products and projects. So I just want to stress to you guys that I appreciate, the effort that you make to be a part of this every Wednesday. Just wanted to express that to you guys. Before we get started with today's show, we have to venerate the ancestors. We always acknowledge and pay homage to our ancestors because we understand that we are incarnations of them and we stand on their shoulders. The sisters on this panel, we understand that we not only represent our mothers and females in our families, but we represent females prior to our physical existence, females who are in the diaspora, and females who existed prior to us. So we stand on their shoulders and we represent them. And so when I call their names, could you please respond with Ashe, Yasatiwa,
Ashe,
Queen Nzinga,
Ashe,
Hatshepsut,
Ashe,
Harriet Tubman.
Ashe.
Ashe.
I mean, I could go on, but I want some of the sisters to get it in. So could you call some names for me, ladies?
Maya Angelou.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Dr. Frances Cress Welsing.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Martha Jenkins
Ashe.
Ashe.
and Shirley Lemon.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Mary McLeod Bethune.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Sojourner Truth.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Henrietta Lacks.
Ashe.
Yes.
Yes.
Ashe. B. Gaddy.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ruth Kirk.
Ashe.
Myrtle Bailey.
Ashe.
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 Fannie Lou Hamer.
Ashe.
Evelina McFadden.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. So today's show is I'm excited about this show. I know that Sister Riziki, she inboxed me early on Facebook and she said, I'm excited, about this show because, I know she loves talking about, Black empowerment and Black businesses and how to, move ahead economically. And so I'm excited for this show. And the funny thing is we have a panel of entrepreneurs, really on the show. So today we will be talking about the importance of developing and supporting Black owned and operated businesses. So we're going to start off with the hot topic for this week, but the hot topic actually goes into the topic for today. So Sister Riziki, can you touch on that? And I have the video footage whenever after you finish explaining what went down in North Carolina. I believe it happened, was it last week?
Last week, yeah. So it's the story of this sister who was shopping in, the hair store that is owned, of course, by people of Asian descent. And apparently they thought she stole some eyelashes. And I mean, the store owner and his wife, I'm assuming, but the store owner, chokehold, slam her to the ground, kick her in the leg, just real disrespectful. And I'm just like, wow, and violent. And I'm like, wow, okay, over eyelashes. But then also the fact that after you found out she didn't even have them, you didn't even apologize? Like, really? So this goes to show two things for me, not only on an economic basis, but why we need our own businesses, and two, why we need more men active in our community. So sis, if you want to show the clip.
Yes. I'm
very, very, very crazy. I was highly upset when I saw.
And I just want to agree with you, Sister Riziki, in that they felt like they could do that. Because,
right.
You get what I'm saying? It's the reason why he felt like he could do that to this Black woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I don't think if they saw if they witnessed Black women being protected at all times, I don't think he would have done that.
I'm just curious. I'm just seriously curious, and I hate to look at it this way, but I'm seriously curious if they were Black, would she have acted all pathetic and not trying to defend herself? I think she would have went family. She would have went ham if that was a Black woman and a Black man trying to take her down. Nah, fuck that. I'm just sorry. It just seemed weird to me. Cause it's like she barely, maybe just the way I was looking at it, like she didn't seem to try to defend herself that much.
No, she didn't.
I just really, really wonder if it was someone who looked like her, if she would have been so lackadaisical in her defense.
Wow,
that's
weird
to me. If anybody put their hands on me, especially somebody that's not my color, I'd get more defensive.
Yeah,
you don't look like me. and you come put your hands on me, I would have thrashed that little white dude. That dude looked like he was 5 feet tall, 115 pounds. That chick was huge. She could have dumped his ass out. I didn't get it. I'm sorry, I didn't get it. Like, I felt bad for her, yeah, because it was bullshit and racist. But at the same time, it's like, why the hell are you not defending yourself? That's what I was more.
But it's going to a mentality too. But we can show the clip. But that's deep what you said, Sister Lima. And
yeah, that was.
You're right. Like you wouldn't defend yourself against these people, but if it was one of your own, you get it.
The reason why I say that is because I see it all the time. I see how we interact and treat one another, and I see how when we have an altercation with a white person or an Asian or something, and we acting all pussyfoot, and now we fucking scared, and we yes sir and this and that, and we don't want to do this and that. But when it's one of us, we going in. You're gonna get killed. That's what I didn't appreciate, because I just felt like it was a different paradigm. It would have been different.
This is true.
Actually, this is true, and like I agree with you 100%, Sister Lima. And that we have a different mentality when it comes to dealing with each other. You know what I mean? You and I, Sister Alima, we spoke offline about this a few weeks ago when you were telling me, when you were in the car with a sister, well, you were in your car, a sister was in her car, and then you guys kind of had like an exchange.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you called me and you were like frustrated. You said, why don't we respect each other? Like you say, when we deal with each other, it's a totally different mentality.
It really
now, and if we were, so I do, like if it was a sister that grabbed her, would you have smacked her? You know what I mean? It's just kind of like when we deal with other races, Europeans, Asians, whatever, there's this, I tell people, it's like, I don't know if we're just walking around with this inferiority complex. Yeah, like this inferiority complex. So then when we engage with them, it's almost like we go into a state of submission.
Exactly.
Or that fear mode, sis. Remember, because we would get in trouble more, right? Like, even if we try to defend ourselves against a Caucasian person, we would be the ones getting in trouble more. So it's a fear there too. Like, you still scared. You still scared if the police came, they're gonna lock you up for defending yourself.
I'm so glad I don't got that problem.
Right. But that was a very valid point, Dr. Maya. Yeah,
we still have that inferiority complex. And it, and it's there, and it's taught in the school system. Well, you know what? Let's show the clip.
What's nice? You talk like Harry. You know what? Y'all can see my ear. You don't touch us. We are to be cherished. When you show that sister, you don't know Eric Garner. You know, it's always not hard to say. I'm sorry. It takes time. It's true.
So then you had brothers and sisters in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. There are brothers and sisters out there who boycotted Nisha beauty store out in Chicago as a response to what took place with the sister. I'm only going to share probably the first minute of this clip. So here are the brothers and sisters in Chicago.
Good
sure that you all come out and support these wonderful Black-owned businesses that are investing in the community every day. We cannot afford to continue to invest in places like Misha. They have more than one location. We're going to shut all of them down. We're no longer giving them our dollars. If we continue to unify, we can run our own neighborhoods, we can invest in our own communities, and we can own all of these businesses. It is possible. We can do it with the unification. That's why we say Black Power, stay united. God bless.
Peace and love, family. The purpose of the day is, we out here shutting down this foreign-owned business in lieu of what happened in Charlotte with the foreign-owned business owner who choked out one of our sisters, kicked the sister and everything like that, him and his wife or some other female or whatever. So the thing is, Black people need to be monolithic. We need to stop thinking individualistically. That happened in Charlotte, but it also happened in Chicago, if you ask me, because that sister in Charlotte is my sister here in Chicago.
You can't keep harming us and then tell us you're sorry. We don't want that. We want Black women and children protected. This 47th Street is becoming a Black Wall Street.
We must respect our Black dollar. We must have discipline. We should not be spending money with people who don't respect us.
It's the same old.
Eric Russell, I'm the president of the Tree of Life Justice League of Illinois, police accountability advocate, spokesman for families that have been brutalized, murdered, and tortured by the Chicago police. Today, our foundation, we stand in solidarity with our dear sisters because they have a demand to be treated with a certain amount of dignity and respect. Although this is about economics, we should control our destiny by controlling the businesses in our community, and we should shop Black.
My name is Arlene Williams. I represent Newark.
Okay, so I know that this was probably like another 3 minutes of footage, but our brothers and sisters, and I appreciate and applaud what our brothers and sisters did in Chicago in support of what took place in Charlotte, North Carolina. But I mean, I think the message is clear. We need to stop supporting people who don't support us. I remember this one lady during the interview. Well, I actually watched a live stream of this riot, and there was an older lady who got on there and she said, we sent your children through school. She said, we helped you build, your neighborhoods. We enriched you, and we've done all of this stuff for you. How dare you treat us this way? Now, there's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King, and I put it up on my Facebook page. I actually got it from the brother YK The Truth. But there was a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King, and he said, "Nothing is more dangerous in the world than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity." I think that if we continue to support businesses or support people who don't look like us, or people who don't support us, or people who don't invest in us, now we are being conscientiously stupid at this point. So when the sister, the older lady said, well, we've done this, we did this for your people, we put your children through school, we have enriched you to the point where you were able to build your communities here and even abroad. Whose fault is that? They didn't stick a gun to our head and say, hey, you got to spend your money with us. They come into our neighborhoods, they establish businesses, they take the money, they leave, they go and build their neighborhoods. I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers and sisters. I don't knock the hustle. I just wish more of us said, let me establish a business. Let me go here, establish a business, take the money to enrich my people. I don't knock with.
Why don't Black people learn how to be reactive? Why do we always have to get beat up or killed or stabbed and all other types of crap? Then all of a sudden, our Black dollars mean more. We need you. I get so sick of that. I'm so over that. Be reactive. Was slavery not enough? Was that not enough for us to see how these people truly feel about us? It ain't gonna change. What you thought, because a few laws changed, because you could piss where they piss, because you can go fuck them now and ain't nobody gonna kill you? I'm sorry, I'm upset that things are gonna be different. We really need to make some changes and stop being so proactive. Stop in these people's shops.
Go
You know
in,
they don't
sis.
like you. Why they got to beat you up for you to know, get it, that, oh, they don't like us. You already knew that before you went in there. You just didn't care.
Right.
But it's probably a sister around the corner with the same business, but you won't support her at all. You rather go in there and get your face slapped in.
Right.
Somebody else talk. I'm hot.
Now go in.
That is true, because we actually talked about supporting Black businesses all the time, but in our community, for some reason, we think we're not supposed to pay each other. We're supposed to work for free. But if you go out, like we just said, to another community, oh, you're willing to give them all of your dollars.
Every dollar
You got in your pocket, and then take some out of your baby pocket to give to them.
Come
So
on.
the thing that frustrates me is we just don't know our worth. And you show that if I'm giving you information, if I'm assisting you with something, that's what I do. You pay me for my intellectual property, for my knowledge base. That's what you're paying for. If you could do it on your own, you would have.
Mm-hmm.
But we really don't honor each other's knowledge. We don't honor each other's products. We just downright don't honor each other. And you think you're supposed to be going out here for free, working, giving your time. There's a time and place for volunteering. Trust me, there is. But if you have a family to feed, I'm a single mom. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a single mom. And I value the time that I spent on the computer researching, going to the library, researching, getting my knowledge up. And I'm supposed to what? Just give that to you while I'm still at home struggling? No, not gonna happen. So I'm gonna either get paid one or two ways. I'm gonna have the craftiness enough to go out and get a grant, because I do have those. I do have certain contracts that allow me to go out and do stuff for free. If you're not charging, I mean, I'm not charging you for it, but you better believe that the state is paying me. So instead of always trying to go out and do stuff for free and you're struggling, you don't even have gas money to make it to the event, and you're trying to empower somebody else, how are you going to do that? You can't empower anybody until you're empowered.
And Sister Cheryl, I just want to chime in, sis. You made a good point. Our people, the expectation is because you look like me, I don't have to pay you. I shouldn't have to pay you. Right?
Or a discount. Or it's discount.
Yeah, or a discount. Like I remember, do you know, sisters, and I don't know if I shared this with you, Sister Alima or Sister Riziki, because I know we talk often. This product right here, Meltrek, the production of this DVD was $20,000. And this is $20,000 just in production, not in the Facebook, not in circulating it and marketing it, the time that we put into it, not paying anybody. I'm talking about just to produce like the basic things for this. Do you know a brother told me on Facebook I should manufacture a bunch of these copies and just give them out for free? They said I was wrong for selling this. And my response to the brother was, well, check this out. You know, this DVD took us it cost us $20,000 to produce it. And I said, I told him, well, how about you produce a cartoon like Meltrek? I would love to be the consumer and pay you $20 for it. Because I would rather spend $20 than $20,000. So, you're telling me, it should be free, but we spent $20,000 to make this. And to manufacture it, we paid an extra $16.91 to manufacture 1,000 DVDs. So we're talking about $22,000. And again, I could go down the entire list of costs, but the point that I'm trying to make is people expect you to go in debt and produce things and not get paid for it simply because we look alike. Simply because you are my brother or my sister, I feel like, oh, I don't have to pay you for your service or your product. Or just like Sister Alima said, I need a discount. But when you go to McDonald's and you pull up and you buy 5 burgers, or you go to Burger King, or you go to Target or Walmart or any of these other places, when you get to the cash register, do you ask them for a discount?
Nope.
Dr. Maya,
they wouldn't dare.
I was about to say, and on top of that, they don't even have a coupon.
Thank you.
They paying regular prices. Don't play with me today.
Exactly.
Come on, Sister
They
Cheryl.
got full price.
Didn't even cut the coupon out.
Yes.
Facts.
Do y'all know? This reminds me. My mother's always been in like the clothing business. She had her own store or whatever. She kept trying to get sisters and brothers, to come in there. She purposely put her store in an area so that where our people live, so that they can come and patronize her. But they just would not come in for nothing. Do you know those people never came into her store until she went out of business? When everything was extremely cheap and she was going out of business, then all of a sudden they wanted to patronize her, talking about, "Oh my God, we didn't know you were here." She's like, "Y'all knew I was here. You just didn't want to spend with me. But now that I'm going out of business, now you're happy. Now you want to support me because I'm going out of business. Ain't that something?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wayward thinking. It's backwards thinking. We have a defective way of thinking. It's a fact. The years of trauma, I'm talking about between colonization and enslavement, between you got police brutality, you have, the decaying of the Black families, you had the destruction of the Black family going on, you had sexual trauma going on. We have I'm talking about collectively as a people, we have a backwards ass, excuse my language, we have a backwards ass way of thinking as a people. And it's sad. And, I just, can somebody take it? Because I know I'm going to go.
It's kind of what we've been discussing the past 2 weeks before. It's become our culture. It's become our way of thinking and our value system. Like literally, like people can't think outside of, some people can't think outside of, oh, it's normal for me to just spend all this money because I know I'm getting paid next week instead of saving. You know what I mean? It's normal for people to be fine with not owning anything because they didn't walk into anything as far as generational wealth. So they feel okay with not leaving generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? It's literally become, in a messed up way, a culture of ours. It's like you can explain a certain situation and it either sounds like a Black person thing or a white person thing. It's, you know what I mean? It's a part of a culture that we've adopted unknowingly. And so this is why it's important, like, for us to have culture. And we just fallen into the wrong one. Well, we're maintaining the wrong ones, and we don't realize, like, we have to go through a culture change, like,
You better say that, Riziki.
a way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just spirituality or religion or meditation, but this is it's the way of life. Like, I don't think people understand that. We'll understand that.
They don't. And I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this against anybody that does it, because a lot of people have, your GoFundMe pages, your donate pages. All I'm saying is, to me, and this is just in certain cases, I'm not talking about everybody that has their GoFundMe page. In certain cases, it feel like you're begging to me.
I agree.
If you have a worthy product out there or service out there, why do I have to do a GoFundMe? And if I am going to do a GoFundMe or some type of charitable, and I'm using that term loosely, some type of charitable thing, then guess what? I'm going to have my company set up as a 501c3. So at least, bare minimum, you could get a tax credit. At least. So are you helping the community or are you helping yourself? Because who needs that building? I'm just trying to figure this out. Yes. So if you're going to set up something and you're
tell them, girl,
and you're pro community, then you would do everything in your power to make sure, no matter what process you're going through, that the community will reap a benefit. So get your 501c3.
That's right.
So that you can give them your EIN number so they can go down to the tax people and put that on as a tax credit.
That's right.
Yeah, and one of the comments in the chat was, which is true, there's not enough of Black businesses around, and like we were talking about before last week, our manufacturing, the hardware stores, the kitchen appliances, like literally everyday items that you could go in any Walmart and find, you know what I mean? And so again, it being a part of our culture to, and like Sister Alima said, like last week, not everybody is meant to own a business. Not everybody is meant to, you know what I mean, be the CEO or entrepreneur. So you have to have people who are the employees. And the key is it a part of your culture to want to work for somebody who you know is giving back to your community? You know what I'm saying? Like knowing the kind of jobs or the companies you want to work for. You know, again, yeah, some people are the workers, and that's great. Entrepreneurs need them. But okay, where are you working? Is this a company that builds community, or is a part of like the prison industrial complex or something? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So, and co-ops was a major thing that we did. A major thing that we did. And you know, everybody in the co-op, you know, as the business do good, then everybody in the co-op get kicks back on money. So there, you know, there are so many systems where cooperative economics is possible, but it takes a certain kind of culture, like
Can I
integrity,
chime in for a second?
loyalty. Absolutely, yeah.
To that comment in the chat about there's not enough black business, I have to beg to differ.
I was getting ready
If you want to talk about actual buildings, if that's what the only thing that you consider, I'm learning that people don't consider you to have a business if you're not in a building. So
okay, true.
If you consider to be a business, then yeah, it's not a lot of those. But a lot of black people working for themselves, selling products and services, yes, it is by the multitude. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
We don't support them. That's why you don't know who they are. They plenty. They're everywhere. I see them all the time. You just don't support them. And my thing I've learned is if you want to find something out, you're going to find it out. So if you want to find out what black businesses are around you or that you can support, online is the biggest place to find most black businesses. Because, I mean, we all don't live around each other. So quite naturally, for sisters in Wisconsin or something like that, I couldn't meet her, but I can order from her products online. That's still a black business. It's the same thing.
And I have to agree with Sister Alima. There are a multitude of Black-owned businesses. They're Black-owned business. You know, you have people that sell. You said that. I remember you were saying a while ago, Sister Riziki, that you know everyday goods. Remember, you were like, I can't find it. Well, in Baltimore, you know what? We're going to get into product lines and services during this discussion because I have a list.
On my part, I mean as far as manufacturing, I want to be clear on my end. Because you are right. There are tons of us who may sell kitchen appliances and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they're still buying from a manufacturer that does not support their community. So that's what my standpoint is the manufacturing perspective.
Right. Exactly, sis. You're right. You're right.
So the manufacturing of it, like you said, not buying it, you know, from somebody and then coming back to us and then selling it in bulk.
Exactly. Even though it's baby steps. I feel you. You know, you got to build to get there, but and I don't know if that was his perspective in the chat room. And you ladies again are right on that perspective. Yes, there are tons of us selling things on rather online or physically, like in a brick and mortar building. But yeah, like I just really would like to see more of manufacturing.
Yeah,
that manufacturing is so hard to tap into. You think producing is expensive? I mean, manufacturing is. It's like 10 times more. You know, it's so much.
But we can do it
in order to manufacture, to get it started. We can do it though. You have enough hands on deck, then you can do it.
Yeah, we definitely can. So, but I understand what you're saying. You get these shirts from these brothers, and it has a nice screen print on it, and then you read the tag, and it's a Fruit of the Loom.
Made in China.
Yeah, it's a Made in China or a Fruit of the Loom T-shirt that he took. You know, so I get it. You're saying, okay, let's get the raw materials and manufacture our own stuff, you know, from beginning to end, you know, so manufacture the shirt, then then buy this, you know, whatever device or whatever we're using to put the screen on it. I got it. I'm with you.
Right. But even if them shirts was manufactured in another country in Africa because it's cheaper, I'm cool with that too, but you know,
but then even you got to get deep in it, sis, because even if it's in Africa, it depends on who that manufacturer is in Africa. It is Chinese people in Africa, so you can't just say it's in Africa. You got to know specifically because it could be a white manufacturer that's in Africa.
This is true. So that's what I'm saying. All across the globe, all across the globe. That's all I'm saying. This is why the partnership, the travel, the connections, like our money can help the possibilities over there. You know what I mean? Because over there, like, you know, certain costs are just maybe a little bit lower. So we could afford to build a manufacturing whatever over there. You see what I'm saying? I just, within the nation, man, we got to keep it within the nation. Okay, so that's all for me.
What were you getting ready to say, Sister Alima? You had something.
Got nothing to do. It's so. I was talking about repatriation, and I'm just saying, like Sister Riziki is saying, it's so much more affordable. We could take $20,000 and open up like a whole little apartment complex community for people to live in. Like seriously.
Wow.
So, like 40, and that's peanuts over here, but we can do it over there. So you can definitely have your own manufacturing over there, like Riziki said. But you can't go over there and take from the people. You got to get back to them.
Oh no, yeah, you got to partner with. Oh, absolutely, like that's a given. Yeah,
no doubt.
Well, yeah.
But it's a you're a decent person. That's not a given.
Sis, you're breaking up.
You're breaking up, sis.
Is it me or?
Nah, yeah, it was breaking up on my end too.
Sister Alima, can you repeat that statement?
Oh, I'm saying Sister Riziki is a good person, so that comes naturally to her, that concept. But a lot of people, you know, they don't understand the concept of you can't just go in somebody's community. Me and Dr. Maya were just talking about this. Take it from the people and not give it back to the people.
Yeah, not giving back.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we let Asians and them do it all the time. They come right in our community, open up their little gas stations or whatever, little hood stores. They don't give us anything, and we don't ask for anything.
Yeah. So, sisters, let's build on the first point of discussion that was on the flyer today. What are the benefits of developing and supporting Black-owned and operated businesses? The first thing that comes to my mind when we talk about, because people's like, well, why should I support a Black-owned business? The first thing that I thought about was wealth. You know, generating wealth and creating generational wealth. That was the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about the benefits. I thought about job creation. You know, I thought about being able to take that wealth and develop our communities, own our own schools, you know, own the houses and the land that our houses sit on. You know, being able to own and operate our own spiritual centers, not rent out buildings. A lot of these churches and some of these spiritual centers here in Baltimore, they're like leasing space from somebody else. So the first things that came to my mind when I thought about, well, what are the benefits? I thought about wealth, generational wealth, job creation, developing our communities. So what are your thoughts on that, Sister Alima and Sister Riziki, like the benefits of developing and supporting Black-owned and operated businesses?
Well, it's funny you brought that up because, you know, I've been really into the powernomics lately, and it's so awesome that you brought up wealth because I was looking at this little paragraph where he talks about where does wealth come from. And he pretty much talks about, yes, like, you know, how a job is just meant to keep you from week to week, just maintaining. It really doesn't allow you to get ahead as far as how to circulate your money. But when we do even cooperative economics and you know, like open more jobs for each other, it's more about redistribution and circulation and how our money can multiply, you know, 6 to 8 times in a community, even more, you know what I mean, before it leaves a particular community. And the thing about the more you support businesses, the more these businesses can grow and, you know what I mean, like start tapping into other things. Like international business is just so important for us too, because there's other places in the world and other people who have the things that we need that we can't produce, maybe just because of where we're at. So again, when we understand like being able to sustain our own communities through working with each other, building with each other, redistributing within each other, we're also able to do that on an international level. And this is how all of these other cultures are winning. These Chinese people here in America, you know, they still doing business with the Chinese people in China.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, that's just how it is. And you have to understand the concept of why it's been so important for them to cut us off from knowing the importance of connecting with our other nations in the other parts of the world. You know what I mean? But in order to even be good at that, we got to start at home first. We got to have a supportive environment to be able to produce and, you know, and grow. So, man, it's just the bigger picture, though.
No, I agree with you that it starts at home. It starts in the family. And that's why, like my family, we're all getting together and we're building. One thing my son Harvey said on, and shout out to Brother Bourne Allah from Do the Knowledge Radio. He had us on the show. Actually, he had all the sisters on the show this weekend. He had Sister Monica on Saturday. I believe you were on Sunday, Sister Riziki. And then he had my family on his show. We were there on Monday. And one of the things my son Harvey said, and it touched my heart, he said the one thing that Mel Trek taught him was that he doesn't have to look to anyone outside of our family to build with. He said, you remember hearing that, Sister Riziki?
I think that's the part when I started chiming in, like, because I was in and out, but I heard him.
He was just like, you know, he said, I can build a business with people in my family. So they have a family first, philosophy.
That's right.
And so we're building businesses and doing our thing, you know, within our family. So I'm with you, Sister Riziki. I believe that it starts with the family first. And then once we get our families in order, then we can get the communities in order. You know what I mean? Like, it starts there with, you know, what kind of values, what kind of information are we inculcating our children with? This year, starting the end of, fall of 2017, my family's going to open up like an African Center school here in Baltimore City.
Good.
Our first students are going to be the children in our family. We have 18 of them that are ready to rock and roll.
See,
and so we're going to do So, you know, we're building within the family. So it's kind of like, you know, we are a family. So of course we all share. Well, I'm not going to say of course, because you have some families, you know, anyway, but we all share like the same culture and the same values. So in our households. So then when the children leave our households, they're coming into an environment, an educational environment, where their household culture and ideology is being taught and reinforced at the school. And that's what we need more of. You get what I'm saying? Not only should we inculcate them with a certain culture and ideology in the home, but when our children leave the home, where are they going? You know what I mean? It's kind of like we're sending them out to the wolves and then expect a certain result from them. I was building with a sister offline a few weeks ago, and she was saying, you know, she said, Dr. Oya, our children aren't loyal to our race. And I said, they aren't, but they aren't taught to be. You know, you live in a household, you see that mommy spends her money here, 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 and here. So naturally, you're going to spend your money here, here. Then you go to school, you're trying to keep up with the latest fashions. You're taught about European culture, right? So of course, when you get out of school, your mind is not on getting a job at a Black owned and operated establishment or building a business, you know. So we need to, I'm telling you, be fully involved in the conditioning process of our children. I'm talking about from family to what they are exposed to in the community, to what they are exposed to in schools, and then even after school, sending them into an environment where they're able to build businesses or even work for people who look like us. So again, it all starts with the household, the family.
I share.
So do you guys have any more benefits you want to speak to, Sister Cheryl, Sister Alima? The benefits of just developing and supporting Black owned businesses. Do you have any other thing to add?
You hit a lot of it on the head.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
For me personally, one of the main reasons I like to support Black businesses, because I like to, as cheesy as it may sound, like I want to see my people do good.
Come on.
I want to help them if I can. Like, I want to support them. It feels good to support my own. I don't get any satisfaction out of going to Kmart. But if I support a vendor, a brother on the street, and all I could have bought was a banana,
but the satisfaction in that purchase, that's why, for me personally, because it just feels good to support my own, and maybe I just love my people, but it just feels good, and for me, that's enough of a reason.
I say with that, Sister Alima, that just spoke volumes to me of your character. You know what I mean? Like how you feel about your people. Like you said, I love my people, and I want to see them do well. I said satisfaction in your purchase. You get what Sister Alima said?
Right, that's it. That's simple.
Purchase. So I purchased this object from you or this product or whatever. Damn, satisfaction. You know, just the feeling, like you say, do you feel good when you actually go into Target?
Just like knowing, like I could go spend $40 with a sister, and she might not make no sales that day, and maybe she needed to feed her babies. That's how I look at it when I support my own. Like this might not be nothing to me, but it might mean everything to my people.
That's right.
Because we are all in precarious times.
That's a cultural value, yeah.
Like you said, it boils down to culture. It boils down to culture. So sisters, someone may ask, like, well, how do you start a business? Sister Cheryl, do you want to take that away? Someone may say, how do you start a business?
Well, you start a business first by figuring out what is it you're good at? What is it you want to do? So you have to identify what type of business you want to do. And then once you identify that, is steps that you have to do no matter what type of business you're starting. You have to develop that name. So create a name. Once you get your name, you have to register that name. With whatever state that you're in, register that name. The price is going to vary depending on where you are. Once you get your name, the next step is you get what we call an EIN number. You get that from the IRS. And keep in mind, everything that I'm naming after you pay for your articles of incorporation is free. To get your EIN number is free. You go to the IRS website, they have it, they'll give it to you right there on the spot. You fill out a little form. The second step is get that Dun & Bradstreet number. That is your business credit. That identifies what type of credit your business has. Once again, that is a free number to get. Go on the Dun & Bradstreet site, fill out yet another little form, and it will generate a Dun & Bradstreet number. Now, if you're going into the government contracting sector, you'll have to do one more step, which is go to their system, which is called sam.gov, and you register your business with them. So you can be identified as a government contractor if that is the way you're going to go. But it's way easier than a lot of people think it is. All those steps that I just named, it should take you no more than 1 week to have your business up and registered and running properly from a paper perspective, if you will. So those are the first steps you need to take. And then, of course, YouTube is your friend. And I tell people that I'm doing sessions with, YouTube is your friend. You don't have to go and pay for all these extra classes at any university. We are in an age where you type in how to make a vanilla cake, and you got everybody on there with the complete recipe. You could try out every recipe on YouTube until you get the one that is good for your taste buds. So it's no excuse in 2017 not to have knowledge base when it comes to certain things. Everything I just told you about starting your business is on my website, and is on a host of other people's websites that tells you what you need to do. And the only thing you're paying for initially is that name. You have to be registered. You have to be registered in the Secretary of State system. Whatever state you live in, go on that and just type in Secretary of State in Texas, in Maryland, wherever you are, and you register your business name. Because a lot of us are out here running businesses, but do you really have a business? Because if I go in there and look your name up, you're not in there. but you're using a name, you know, you're saying Ray Ray's or us. Well, I don't see Ray Ray in the Secretary of State. So you're not recognized as a business. A lot of people go out and get these DBAs, doing business as. Means nothing. Know why? Because you're still using your social security number. You're trying to separate your personal assets from your business assets. And that's what we get mixed up and intertwined. When you go and incorporate your business, it's for financial protection. So if anybody comes to sue you, you can still have your personal assets, and they can only get after your business assets. It's a protection mechanism. Understand your laws and what you need to do to protect your personal assets and your business assets. Know what state is more pro-business. Delaware. Everybody knows Delaware. They love businesses. The odds of you actually losing a business case out there is slim to none because they're pro-business. That's why a lot of the banks are out there. That's why a lot of the major companies are headquartered out there in Delaware. Wyoming is another place. So you don't necessarily, depending on what type of business you're doing, you don't necessarily have to register your business in that state you live in. Like, I have several businesses. I got one in Alabama, one in Texas, one in Delaware. You know, I'm ready for whatever state we got going on. So you limit yourself when you don't know you can be mobile. You don't have to just get your articles of incorporation from where you are, but just know the rules and regulations.
I just wanted to say to you, yes, she was 100% correct. We live in the age of information. Yeah. And she's right. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars at a university to understand or to learn how to open your own business. Yeah. Like she said, YouTube, and I'm not going, you know, YouTube does have a lot of filth, but you can, on YouTube, I've seen a lot of, you know, good videos, you know, very informative videos on YouTube. In fact, I want to share my screen with you because all of the steps that Sister Cheryl just outlined to starting a business, my son Isaiah actually went through those on a video, and I'm not going to play it, but a video, a 2-minute video he put up on our Ed Animate Productions YouTube page, and he went through the steps of starting a business, you know, and he didn't learn this from going to college. I mean, at the time he made this video, he was 16. So he didn't do this, you know, he didn't learn this in college. He learned this by simply, you know, reading and us working on Ed Anime Productions and Meltrek. And so I agree 100% with Sister Cheryl that, you know, we live in an age of information now, and we, you know, we have information at our fingertips. So if you want to know something, you can Google it. You can go on YouTube. You can network with brothers and sisters on social media, you know, if you have questions. And that brings me to another thought. We're on social media, right? Let's take advantage of these tools and network with each other, learn from each other, and support each other. You know, I'm so tired of us using social media for buffoonery. It's ridiculous. Use social media for a purpose. Are you promoting a product? Are you networking with brothers and sisters? What are you doing? Are you pumping out some information? Like, what is your purpose? And I think that we could utilize social media, you know, for better purposes. You know, Sister Alima and I were building offline. We were talking about how if you put up foolishness on Facebook, 300 likes easy. You know, you could just type a curse word, you know, and people will like it. But if you put up a product and say, look, everybody, visit Ed Anime Productions to buy my book, or look, everyone, visit, you know, I said Ed Anime Productions, visit Amazon to buy my book, or you say, visit Ed Anime Productions to buy this DVD, you may get 1 like, you know, 2 likes, you know, and again, you know, likes and shares are good, but card swipes are better. You know, we need to start, you know, not only liking and sharing the things that we see on social media, but also buying and supporting the goods and services that we see on social media.
Mm-hmm. I love good information. By the way, Sister Cheryl, I got my duns. number yesterday. So, you know,
All right. One more step and we on our way.
Yes, ma'am. So she was dropping some serious jewels. So y'all listening, please take advantage of her services. You know, we're definitely looking forward to this government contracting. And this is what the sisterhood's about. Build with, lead, chill with.
And I just want to add this as well. I am self-taught. Yeah, I went to college, got my little degree, you know, and I didn't learn anything about this. Yeah. I learned what I know through research of my own. So when it comes to me dishing this information out, this is boots on the ground stuff. This is original Cheryl Stevenson. So I feel some way about it when you don't want to pay me or you feeling like, oh, I need to give this information for free. I was up many of the nights rocking my baby, being late for things that I need to do because I got into the research of how to do this.
That's right.
Nothing unusual I did back in the day because we, you know, believe it or not, even though internet is, you know, a regular thing now, when I got started, it wasn't so regular. You know, I had to go to these bookstores. I had tons of books on my bed just reading. So understand, when you're paying for something, you need to know, well, where did this person get I'd rather get information from boots on the ground than to go to SBA and you have some people just regurgitating some information that they give to everybody. And I've been to some of those SBA events and things like that. They're not, they're giving you the textbook like they do in school. They give you the textbook. I don't have anything, you know, against school, but for me, I went out, got my computer science degree. I worked in, you know, never really worked in my field. I was always doing production planning and things like that for other corporations. But what I sat back and thought about, between getting fired, between quitting, you know, I was like, what am I leaving my daughter? I can't leave her this computer science degree. When I die, you might as well bury that degree with me. It's not transferable into your children, until their children. No, they just gonna say, my mom had a degree. Well, what do you have though?
Right.
Because you just can't walk and take her position. You know, so that's why it's very important when you're doing entrepreneurship. Like right now, I'm dealing with my daughter, opening up her. She likes to teach. So I'm opening up her a little center to teach GED classes, Microsoft Office classes. And this is funded by who? My favorite people, the state. So people gonna come to my baby for free, but she's going to get paid. I'm not teaching my baby in no way that it's okay to give out your time, your effort, your knowledge for free. Nobody else does it but the Black community.
Yeah.
And I'm not teaching my baby that. It stops. So keep in mind, when you're teaching your children that, she's 24 now. When you're teaching your children that it's okay, oh, just give them that information. This is not a good road map you want to leave for your kids. Because what? She's going to be broke. She's going to say, oh, okay, I'm not making no money giving to the community. I need to just go work for somebody. So I'm teaching her how to get on there, look up grants, how to look up contracts. I give back to the community every time, but I guarantee you, when I leave out of any workshop, any event, any session, money is coming from somewhere. Whether it's coming from that individual or the state or the city, you need to start drawing on money that you out here doing stuff for free and they're paying people to do. But because you didn't research, you don't realize you could have got paid for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to build on the next talking point, sisters, and that's business etiquette, because, you know, we touched on that a few weeks ago, and we were just talking about how with Black-owned businesses, you go into them sometimes. I love my people, but I got to say it. We go into these establishments, and again, because I look like you think it's okay to give me horrible service, you know, to treat me any kind of way, or to talk to me any kind of way, or sometimes your product isn't even up to par. You know, So let's build on that. Business, what is proper business etiquette? One of the sisters want to take it because I see Sister Alima unmuted her mic. So I figured
well,
you
I
would
mean,
chime in with this
I
one,
think
sister.
most of us know what proper etiquette is in general, and it doesn't really extend much differently into the business field. It's really the same thing. You know, the biggest thing I see for a lot of Black businesses is punctuality. Like this whole CP time thing that has been accepted is not cool. If you say you open your business at 10 o'clock and I'm there at 10, why are you there turning the damn key at 10 o'clock? Man, you said you open at 10. You don't walk in the door at 10. You got to be there early. It's just like if you were clocking in. You can't get to work at 10 o'clock if you're scheduled to be on the clock at 10. You get there early so you can do whatever it is you need to do so you can be prepared to work at 10. But Black people, it's like, well, you're Black, I'm Black. Oh, hey, sis, let me just turn the door and you turning on the lights and all type of stuff while I'm in the shop. And give me time and let me turn on the heat. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, It's not okay. And it's very unprofessional because you don't get to Walmart and waiting for them to open the doors when you get there. I mean, it's open. It's ready. Like, punctuality is a big one. And I have to say also pricing. I know that when it comes to your merchandise, sometimes I don't know if they have courses to teach people how to price merchandise or whatever, but I just feel like a lot of times our pricing is too expensive. And I understand
that's because
that
we're not
we're trying to
producing
keep
we're
up.
not
It's like,
manufacturing.
I get it, because like Riziki just said, when you don't manufacture, you've got a third party in your money, you know, so you're trying to make, and then not to mention you're a smaller business, so you're trying to make up for what you're lacking by not being a bigger business and by not having your clientele already. But you have to keep in mind that if you have a boutique and you got this cute little shirt that I like, but you want 50, but then I see another shop and they want 15, guess where I'm going to go? And that doesn't mean that I don't want to support your business. That just means that realistically, we have to realistically market. And I feel like sometimes we don't. And I think we don't know how to market appropriately and what price should be put on what. That's my opinion.
Okay, so you said timeliness, you know, punctuality, our price points, you know, being able to set a price, a competitive, I guess, price point.
Right.
Yeah, I can understand that. Sister Cheryl, what do you think in terms of you know, Black-owned businesses and, you know, professionalism and business etiquette?
Well, yes, I do agree. We don't know how to do our pricing. You know, we and that's because we don't go out and look at what our competitors are pricing their products. Because just like she just said, I'm not gonna price if I'm next door to a person that's selling swimsuits and she's selling hers for 15. I'm not then gonna put a $50 swimsuit that look just like hers in my store. I'm gonna have to adjust those pricings. Even when I'm teaching people how to do government contracting, I'm telling you, yeah, your goal is to get a 20% markup. It's not always gonna happen, but you have to do that historical lookup and see what those previous people bidded, because you want to be able to compete. So we just don't know how to actually go out and do a little research and then figure out how we should. We're pricing our merchandise on my bills. At the end of the month, my bills are adding up to $4,000. So that swimsuit needs to sell for 50. So that is how, and believe it or not, we laugh, but I speak to business owners all the time. And that's what they're basing their prices on. So I'm going to tell you right now, if that's what you're basing your prices on, sweetie, you're in the wrong business. You need to get something else that is actually worth that amount. So if selling clothing is not meeting your bills, you need to do one or two things. Get out of that business and go into another business, or just don't do business and go get a job. One of the two. or do business and go get a job. One of the two. Something's going to have to give, because at the end of the day, you're going to have your big going out of business sign, your grand opening and grand closing in the same week. So understand how to market your products and what you're selling. Go out, look for people who you can purchase things for that, hey, is not as expensive. So when you resell it, you can get your markup that you're looking for. But yeah, a lot of it is us being a little bit lazy at times and not doing the research.
I agree. I agree, Sister Cheryl. I agree. So, goodness, we knocking these points down, Sister Riziki and Sister Alima. We might finish at, in the next 20, 30 minutes. This will be a first in a long. So I know that you said that someone in the chat room said there aren't any Black-owned businesses, or there aren't enough. Mm-hmm. So can each of you sisters kind of name some of the Black-owned that you're familiar with, whether it's online or offline, or, so you can enlighten people on, I guess, how to search for Black-owned businesses? I believe that someone did develop a mobile app to find Black-owned businesses in your community. I forgot the name of the brother, but there was a mobile app. I believe that Brother Sean is in the chat room. Brother Sean, you're a great researcher. If you could pull that up for me really fast. I believe there was an app that a brother made a few years back, and it tells you the name of the Black-owned businesses in your neighborhood.
I see one. It's called Where Are You?
Is it called Where Are You?
WHERU.
Where Are You? That may have been
another one called I Am Black Business.
So you have Where Are You? Where Are You? We Are You?
I Am, and I Am Black Business.
I Am Black Business. So they're mobile apps. So for people that say, oh, there aren't any Black-owned businesses near me, they have apps. Download the app on your phone, just like you download all of those other silly games. Download the app on your phone and punch in what you want, whether it's food, whether it's clothing, whether it's whatever. Plug it in on the app and find where a Black-owned business is in your community and patronize that Black-owned business in your community. I can go in because there are a lot of them in Baltimore, and then I have to my right a lot of products from Black-owned businesses that I'm going to go through. So I'll let the sisters go ahead and knock and list, some of the Black-owned businesses that they are familiar with first before I go through my collection over here.
Okay, so I'm trying to bring up my list. All right, so Black-owned businesses as far as just household items, or like,
Either run it down. Anything. Run it down.
So, I know of course, Soul Vegetarian here in Atlanta. These are all Atlanta-based businesses. Tassili's Raw Reality. We have Atlanta Hot Shave. It's like, a nice barber bar for men and stuff like that. There's another one, Iwi Fresh Garden Day Spa. She uses like all natural and organic products. So big shout. We actually catered there one time. She has a beautiful place. Then Jazzy Nail Studio. What else? There's a sister that does Sela Cosmetics. Let me see. I think that's all. Fancy Feet is another one here in Atlanta. Funky Flair Boutique, another one here. Well, that's in Marietta. I think that's it that I can think of off top. And then the rest are more so online, but those are businesses too. So there's another sister, the Hot Shopper. She does like personal shopping, her services, but it's like a business. People hire her to literally just shop for them. The Pink Zebra Boutique, Vibe Ride. It's like a fitness center. And I think, Sublime Donuts. That's another one here too. I heard that was really good. Okay, that's all I can think of, guys. Ladies, excuse me.
Okay.
Oh, the Black Real Estate School. Oh, gotta shout them out. Okay, that's it.
Aside from the apps, there's also blackownedbiz.com. and it has a breakdown of the up-to-date Black businesses per state, and that's blackownedbiz.com. Just in case anybody wanted to see what's in their particular state. But I had some that I wasn't familiar with that I wrote down. So there was Worldwide Technology in Maryland. Then we have ACT1 Group. Where are they They're located in California. It's a business firm. It's an employment agency, Black owned. We have Bridgewater Interiors. It's a Detroit-based firm, and they supply automotive parts. We have Modular Assembly Innovations. It's another automotive firm. They are located in Ohio. Then we got Manna Inc. in Louisville, Kentucky. They are actually the second largest Wendy's franchise owners, and they are Black, and they are in Kentucky. There's the Anderson Dubois Company. It's another Black-owned firm, and they work in the food industry. They also provide food and paper supplies to different restaurants and small businesses. Detroit-based Global Automotive Alliance is another auto parts supplier, Black-owned. Got the Thompson Hospitality Group. They're in Reston, Virginia. They specialize in food services and restaurant businesses, and they do contracting for restaurants. And then they got Radio One, and this is a radio company. Black Enterprise reports majority of the company's stocks, and they are offered in Maryland. They're also a big business firm, radio broadcasting. And the last one I have is based in Warren, Michigan, and it's SET Enterprises, and they provide metal processing services. So anyone may be in that business, that's another business for you. And that's all I have on this list. I have to find my other list if anybody else wants to go.
Excellent. Sister Cheryl.
I don't have a long list because I did not look at any, but my niece actually has a swim line. It was funny, we were talking about swimwear, but she has a swim line that she does, and it is called luxuriousswim.wixsite.com #LalaUX_swim. So she has a lovely little line of swimwear that she advertises, and is selling pretty well. And she does it more for the plus size women, because a lot of times we can't find too many swimsuits that are cute and we can fit in. So she's concentrating on the plus size.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent. For those sisters who love to adorn themselves in negligee, I believe there is a Black owned and operated company called Nubian Skin. I think it was a sister who actually opened this business. So if you want to get your negligee, if you want to buy some underwear and bras, you can go to nubianskin.com and support sister. Sorry, Sister Cheryl, were you finished? Because I kind of, when you paused, I thought that you were
Oh no, I'm good. You guys can go in because I know you have a long list of them.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure, that I didn't cut you off, sis. When you paused, I felt like that was my opportunity to get in. But I know that nubianskin.com is a website where you can purchase your lingerie and bras and underwear from them. In Baltimore, Maryland, we have a plethora of Black owned businesses, especially with food. I mean, Black folks, we have the food down pat. We have Foods Made Good. That's a soul food carry out store here in Randallstown, Maryland, in Baltimore. You have Southern Blues Cafe. That's a soul food restaurant. There's Collins, which is a Black owned and operated seafood restaurant. There's also Granny's, which is a soul food restaurant. And then you have like your vegan spots in Baltimore. You have Land Kush here in Baltimore. That's actually in downtown Baltimore City. So Land Kush is there. Then you have Everyone's Bookstore. It's called Everyone's Place here in Baltimore. And this is where I get most of my products from for my son, Jalen. Everyone's Place has been a jewel in Baltimore for the past 30 years. And they ship to different Black-owned bookstores around the country and also around the globe. In fact, they go by the name African World Books. So if you want to get a book, you don't necessarily have to go to Amazon to purchase literature. You can call Everyone's Place here in Baltimore, Maryland. They ship books, to any place. Or you can type in African World Books and they ship all over the place. So you don't have to run to Amazon, to purchase certain things, For books, I support this sister. Her name is Akua Gussie. She's on Instagram and Facebook. And she has a book. I love this book. I got this for my son a year ago. It's called Emotep's Learning Concepts, Numbers in Early Math, Volume 1A. And we will be using this book in the fall when we open up our school here in Baltimore. So I support Sister Akua Gussie. She also has other books, a book about Queen Nzinga, a book about Marcus Garvey. And again, we will be using this literature for our, for our school or at our school. So she has a book by Madam C.J. Walker also. There's a brother online. He goes by the name of A Focused Soldier. I bought this book from him. Great book for your children. Of course, Tell Me Who I Am by Kid Positive. If you want a great DVD that explores African history and culture, purchase this by Kid Positive. Tell Me Who I Am. You don't have to keep running to Disney to purchase animated films. This is a great film, and it was produced in 1998, but he just recently redigitized it. So it looks very modern, even though it was produced almost 20 years ago. And the information is on point. I watch this video almost each week with Jalen. And he also has a workbook to go along with the Tell Me Who I Am by Kid Positive. There's a brother and sister. They own a bookstore in Atlanta called The Listening Tree. And they produced a book called The World of Our Own, The Beginning, Husband and Wife Team. Again, they have a bookstore. If you go online to thelisteningtree.com, they have a beautiful website. They sell an array of products. It's not just books, but I have their book right here. There was a sister online. Her name is Shamika Mealy. She had a book called The ABCs of Things I Can Be. I purchased this book for my son as well. My son has been learning Swahili, and that would not have been possible without the literature from Brother E.J. Wakanyo. And he wrote that. So this is the literature that we've been using to teach my son Jalen how to pronounce his colors and shapes and numbers and ABCs and Swahili. We also purchased the workbook for him by Michelle Diane Wright. This is a sister who wrote a workbook. And again, we will be using this literature at the school. Meltrek, of course, I'm going to show Meltrek. Support us, Black owned and operated business. We've been in business for about 3 years now. Be on the lookout for Meltrek episode 2. That should be out by not November, April the 8th. We should be shipping orders out. And also, Sister Alima didn't mention her book. She mentioned all of the Black owned businesses. Sister forgot to mention her book. No, sis, you gotta, this was good work. And this is good work that I support of you. This is great work, which is Perceptions of a Misplaced African. You can get this on Amazon, and she is also on Facebook. You can inbox her. So she's accessible. Her husband also produced a book called Aaron Learns About Africa. And I'm looking for the book, sis. Oh my goodness, because Jalen, before he went to school this morning, I said, give me all of your books. Give me all your books. I want to know. I'm looking for it. I don't see it in his pile, but I held it up at the last Tea Talk. But please get that book. It's called, do you have a copy on you, Sister Alina?
I'm in the car.
Oh, okay. But it's a book called Aaron Knows About Africa. Beautiful book, quality book. You can get that. David Elder, he wrote books on George Washington Carver, Sojourner Truth. I mean, there are Black owned businesses. Then you could get in your dish detergent, because I think Sister Raziki said that we need to manufacture our own products, like everyday products. just Google True Laundry Detergent. I've used the detergent. I actually ran out and I need to reorder a bottle of it. But the brothers and sisters have produced their own laundry detergent. So you don't have to keep using Tide. Who else? Charming, Tide. Who else, Sister Alima? All. Oh my goodness, you had all Tide. I remember my mom used to use Tide. Almond, all Tide. Right, Gain. You don't have to use that. Just Google True Laundry Detergent. It's made with all organic ingredients, and start purchasing, a monthly supply from those brothers and sisters. And
since I found a few more I wanted to plug in real quick.
Okay, let me just say this last one, Freedom Paper. So if you're looking for Kleenex, if you're looking for toilet paper, paper towels, paper plates, and all of that, type in Freedom Paper and go and patronize these brothers and sisters. I believe that their headquarters is here in Baltimore, Maryland, but they ship all over the world. So you don't have to get your paper goods from Bounty and who else, sis? I know we used to get it from Bounty.
Bounty, Shaman.
Yeah, Shaman and all of that. No, type in Freedom Paper and support your brothers and sisters. So go ahead, take it away, sis.
Oh, I saw a few more I thought was kind of interesting. So this brother here, the name of the website is www.keeks.com. And so basically they have made a sneaker that has Bluetooth capabilities. I think is so interesting. So it's like a smart shoe. And so they made this in Nigeria, and you can visit the website and get you a pair. They're only $59.
Wow.
And also got another sister here who has started her own makeup line. The name of her makeup line, her name is Susie Beauty. Where's her website? Okay, there it is. So SusieBeauty.com, and her makeup is natural products. That's the sister. If you like makeup, you can support her. I found also our sisters that love candles. I love candles as well. There is a sister, her name is Dominique Shawn Norwood. She's from New Jersey, and she started a candle company called Dom's Dessert Candles. And I mean, the candles it literally looks like dessert. So like strawberries and cupcakes and, just pretty things like that. And they smell. So you can check that out. And there was two more. Okay, this one here, which I really want to check out, is a Nigerian brother, and he started his own Barbie doll line. I've been seeing these Barbies going around for the longest. And so these Barbies look like our children. They look like Africans. They wear African print. And you can find the Barbies, where's the website, on queensofafricadolls.com if you want to get Barbie dolls for your babies. And the last one is a brother who has created affordable reusable sanitary napkins, and he made these specifically for women in Kenya and other countries where they're having a lot of issues with sanitary napkins. So if you want to support him, or if you're interested in using them yourself to save money because they're cheaper, impactafricaindustries.com is where you can purchase that.
Excellent, sis. Those were some excellent websites. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna listen back through your back to the end of this, to the end.
I'll post the website in our in the chat here.
Fantastic. Because I mean, boy, those were some. So I heard shoes, makeup. So for ladies that say, "Oh, I wear MAC," but I don't know any other, makeup supply.
Exactly.
Here it is, a sister that's producing makeup using organic, ingredients. So I heard makeup, I heard sneakers, I heard candles, I heard baby dolls,
reusable sanitary napkins.
Right, sanitary napkins. I talked about paper goods and laundry detergent, books, food. Then you have Black-owned banks. What is the name of that big Black-owned bank down in Atlanta? I know here in Baltimore we have Harbor Bank. And
there's
that's
one right up the street. What is the name of it? I feel like it's Citizens Bank. If I'm not.
Yeah. And there was another one, PNC Bank, I think, but I don't know if they sold that one.
Okay, so and in Baltimore, and I'm going to cover, of course, my information up. We have a bank. called Harbor Bank here in Baltimore. Harbor Bank. So when I talk about Black empowerment, and even the sisters on this panel, we're not just talking about Black empowerment. We live it. It's a culture. I bank Black and I buy Black. you know, as much as possible, you know. So, you know, and buying black it has to be a lifestyle. You know, people kill me with the buy black and then they want to do it for a day. Oh, it's Black Friday, so let's go out and patronize black owned businesses for Black Friday. Or we're going to boycott Target. No, buying black and supporting black people should be a culture. It should be your everyday way of life. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is like a transparent moment. A few weeks back, I was sick, and I had like a bad cold. And I remember as a teenager, I used to love going to this Chinese place called Szechuan Express here in Baltimore. And I would get like bean curd with vegetables, and I would ask them to add extra garlic and extra onions. And the garlic and onions would make me feel better. So a few weeks ago, I had a craving. Haven't seen those Chinese folks in years, Sister Riziki. But I said, you know what? I want some bean curd, you know. So I went and I went, you know, to purchase that bean curd. And I'm gonna be honest, Sister Riziki, I felt awkward. I felt awkward, like handing my money to him, you know. And they saw me and they were like, "Oh, we haven't seen you in years." You know, they were very friendly. But you know, after I spent, and I believe I spent like maybe like $12 because I got like 2 of the little pints of it, and I felt awkward just even giving my money, you know, to him because I already knew it wasn't coming back. You know, like I already knew. Yeah, going to make it back into our community, you know. So I even felt awkward giving it to him, you know. So anyway, but buying black,
wow,
it should be a lifestyle. It should be every day. It shouldn't be because you want to boycott an entity to make a point, or because it's a holiday. We need to buy black as a lifestyle every day. You know, purchase goods and services from people who look like us. And that is the power. That is black power. You can't be powerful if you don't control your economics. It's impossible.
It should be a prideful thing too. Like Sister Alima was saying, you just feel good about the exchange, you know, and even like doing work with Nature's Crown, and we're vending right at like these Juneteenth events, and then we're vending amongst all of these other black business owners, and it's not even no hate. It's just like, yeah, get your money, sis, get your money, bro. You know what I mean? Or if we know we're serving something, and then somebody else like, man, I wonder where this is at. Oh, well, that sister sell it over there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like a pride thing, and I think that another thing that we've lacked in culture is like pride and progression. It's kind of like how we can share videos of negativity, but if somebody invented something or this, that, and the third, like it doesn't get as many shares. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like a mental and emotional like switch. Like we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta totally transform that dynamic. Like the things that excite us. Like there's some people in this world where negative things excite them. You know, they like watching fights all day, or they get amused at seeing people argue. You see what I'm saying? But then to switch that paradigm to, I am so happy that this community, or for instance, the people I think in Chicago, the men are coming together, buying up the property, fixing up the houses. You see what I'm saying? Like they're instead of oh, okay, that's nice. It should be like, yo, oh my gosh, that's amazing. The same way you react to the other stuff that really don't matter in building your community. So, you know.
No, I agree 100% with you. We got to reprogram the way we think.
Yeah.
We really had to reprogram the way we think. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Riziki, I'm starting with the babies. I love my people, I do, but my effort in trying to mold and shape minds is really directed towards the babies right now.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to mold and shape their minds to love themselves and to support themselves. You know what I mean? And
that's true.
So we're trying to do what we can here, you know, in Baltimore and you know, and abroad. But you know, like you said, we need to reprogram our mind. Like you said, brothers are buying up property and sisters are putting in work. And where's the excitement, you know? But you know, Remy Ma, you know, and what's her name? Nicki Minaj. I call her Nicki Facade, you know. But anyway, Nicki Minaj, you know, that went viral. You know, we on it. You know, I remember speaking about it on my page. I got likes, I got shares. But if I put up this book and I say, well, so if I put up Sister Alima book, or I put up this and say, go get this, no likes, no shares. Not even that we post for likes or shares. I just want to make that clear. Nobody's posting for likes or shares, but we're just trying to
but the awareness and purchase.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just, it's just that we have to program the way we have to start getting excited about Black owned products, Black owned businesses, get excited about sharing it, and just get excited about supporting each other. I was on Do the Knowledge Radio with the brother on Monday, and I think I offended him when I said, and you could go play it back, but I think I offended the brother when I said, I look at the Jews and I see that they can do it. And I look at, the Asians and they can do it. And he was like, well, I don't compare, what we can do to other people because we've had a different experience than those other people. And I was like, I get it. I get what the brother was saying. But the point that I was trying to make is that if they can do it, the Honorable Marcus said in one of his last speeches, he said, if you can't do what other races have done, then die. He said, you might as well just die, just kill yourself. And that came from the lips of the Honorable Marcus Garvey. So I wasn't trying to compare and say, oh, the Asian guy has this and they have. But what I'm saying is if these groups can come together, build their communities, establish businesses, build and establish schools, right? Buy from one another. So can we.
Exactly.
I feel like we also have the potential to do those things. And there's nothing wrong with looking at a model. There's nothing wrong with looking at models and saying, okay, this worked in this community. Let's try to implement some of these different things in our community. Because even Dr.
I think that's the problem with you saying right there and finish. But when you say somehow how you look at a model, that's the smart thing to do. If it's working, it's a smart thing to do. But some people will be like, oh, because it's them, I'm not going to, listen to it. It's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I mean, come on now. Like, I mean, if the model works, let's take that model and then let's tailor that model to the needs of our people. Dr. Amos Wilson said in Blueprint for Black Power, and shout out to Brother Sean. I think he just posted a picture of it yesterday or today. But in that book, and I had that book in the back, even in that book, Dr. Amos Wilson said, if you want power, then you have to study the habits of the powerful.
Yeah.
So he didn't say just study powerful Black people or just study. He said study the habits of the powerful.
And they don't do CP time. Powerful people don't do CP time. Like that's
not. I don't either. Just for the record, I don't either. You call me.
I mean, because you a powerful person. That's what I'm saying. Powerful people don't do CP time. Like what? That's another cultural thing that we've become accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like you already know that if Black people throw an event, if they say it started at 3, then don't come till 4. I think that's
right.
That's
so they be like, so just tell everybody that it started 2. Like you gotta say be here 2 hours ahead to get people to show up on time. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And that's the thing, like I be saying, right? And people be thinking I'm crazy when I say, but it's for real. Like when they meet up for their rituals or to pass their laws or to figure out how they about to lock up the next round of Negroes, they show up to the meetings on time. I guarantee you.
Yes,
they don't be late for that. They be sitting there front and center ready to dang pick a nigga. Excuse my expression, but that's man, when they was hanging us, they was there on time. Believe that. Hanging was at 3 o'clock. They was there at 2:30. Okay, believe it. Man, crazy, y'all.
All right, sis. So I don't have any more, sisters. I mean, I think that we hammered it in, for the last hour and 40 minutes on, the importance of developing and supporting our own businesses. Develop them and support them. And as Sister Alima stated and Sister Riziki stated, I think last week even on the show, that all of us can't be business owners. We get that. We get that. But at least, go work for your people. I mean, damn, if you say, look, I don't want to start my own business, at least go work for a Black business.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But see, I'm that person. I can write books, but you were talking about actually opening like a building and maintaining. I don't want all that headache. I don't want that. There's a lot of people don't want that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if somebody like you, Dr. Maya, wanted to open it up, I'm going to help you run it. I'll help you. But you can own it. I don't want to be the owner.
Understood, sis. Understood. But we have to work for our people, work for ourselves.
That's right.
You know, I hear a lot of brothers and sisters, you know, online and Black power this, Black power that. But I mean, damn, you know, then we getting up every day and we going to, you know, support and work for, you know, the dominant society. And I get it. We got bills to pay. Shit, people got to survive. You know, so brothers and sisters are doing what they have to do. But while you're doing what you have to do, have an exit plan. You know, don't get stuck. You know, I remember when I was interning at the Department of Defense back in 2006, they came with a packet, Sister Riziki.
Oh, not a packet, Lord.
I can pull out my little hire letter, you know, but they had a packet when I was there. And then the packet was, okay, you know, you can retire in 25 years or 35 years. And if you retire at 25 years, here are your benefits. You know, here are the pros and cons of retiring at 25 years. And if you retire in 35 years, here are the pros and cons of retiring at 35 years. And when I looked at that damn package, Sister Riziki, I'm looking at the shit like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's no way in hell that I'm going to give 25 or 35 years of my life to no entity unless it's one of us or unless I control it. I'm not utilizing my time for that. I'm not. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And so I thank the ancestors that I was blessed with a very supportive family. You know, my vision of entrepreneurship, and they work diligently, you know, to support me. You know, it's times I'm calling my mother up and I say, Ma, look, do you have a credit card that I can use? Well, what's going on? Ma, look, you know, I need to manufacture, you know, some stuff. You know, I'm a little bit short, you know, a couple thousand. Do you think I could burn up this card, hold this card and pay it off? Sure, baby, no problem. You know, so having a family, you know, having a strong support system
definitely helps. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely helps in trying to, you know, manifest your vision. So anyway, I don't have anything left to say. I think that we've said it all. You know, support your own people. Support your own people. You have to understand that Black empowerment starts with becoming self-sufficient. And the only way we can become self-sufficient as a people is to start producing goods and services and buying those goods and services from each other. Okay, so that means spend your dollar with your own people. Okay, and then when you spend your dollar with your own people, this enables the producers in the community, our people, to continue to produce and build wealth within our communities. And I just want to make it clear that the wealth in our communities is not for the individual. The wealth in our communities is for the community and should be shared by the community. So Black folks who have their own businesses, don't take the damn money and go off and say, well, I made my money, I'm gonna go live well, I'm moving out of the hood, I'm going to the suburbs and I'm doing my thing. No. The purpose of all of us coming together and supporting each other is to enrich each other, not individual. So once you get your money, you know, Black man, Black woman, you know, business owner, invest back into the community, fund education, fund entrepreneurships, fund educational field trips, bring that money right back to the community, because that's what it's all about. It's all about enriching the community. And I believe there's a Kwanzaa principle, Ujamaa, which talks about cooperative economics. I believe that's the principle. I think that's day 5. I think it's day 4. But anyway,
I gotta go,
I have
sisters. I got to roll.
All right, sis. Thank you for coming on, sis.
All right.
Peace and power, sis.
Love you too.
Love you too, sister. So yeah, I'm done. I don't have anything left to say. Sister Cheryl and Sister Riziki, do you guys have a suggestion for the next tea talk with the sisters? If you don't right now, that's good. I don't have any ideas at this point.
Not right now, sis. I'm motivated on this business stuff right now. My mind is already over here.
I got you, sis. In my mind. Go ahead, Sister Cheryl.
Neither do I, not at this point. You know, I just like to tell everybody to make sure you get you a team in 2017. That is something that we say on every show is very important when you're trying to develop business ideas. do anything, get you a strong team in 2017.
Ashe. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, so on that note, peace and power, family. Peace.
Peace and power.
In 2017.